Folks, thanks for coming on with us today. My name's John Dubas. I'm a Vice President of Agent Success for Premier Marketing, and we'll be spending the next 45 minutes or so discussing the entire package of benefits and programs that you get when you contract and work with Medico. We are recording today's presentation, and it, along with reference material we'll allude to through the course of the presentation, will be sent to all who have RSVP'd to today's webinar. A bit of information as a background on Premier Marketing if you're unfamiliar with us. We are a national marketing organization that was founded in 1968. We're part of the Integrity Marketing Platform with offices across the country. We act as an insurance wholesaler, offering insurance products through independent insurance agents such as yourself, with contracts at the highest possible commission levels, with recruiting contracts available to those who qualify. As I mentioned, we were founded in 1968, so this past year we celebrated a bit of a milestone in our history, our 50th anniversary. And that's a pretty big accomplishment for what started as a small family agency in rural Nebraska that's grown into one of the largest producers in conjunction with its contracted independent agents in the Medicare and ancillary space in both the Medicare Supplement and Medicare Advantage arenas. We do so through a full portfolio of products, including the Medicare programs of Medicare Advantage, Medicare Supplement, and standalone Part D programs. But we also offer a full portfolio of life insurance and annuity products, final expense and pre-need programs, long and short-term care plans, disability income programs, and ancillary benefits such as dental, hearing, and vision programs, critical illness cancer programs, and hospital indemnity programs. The Medicare Advantage portfolio we offer is, well, it includes all the big boys and many of the strong regional carriers that make a difference to you in your market. And that philosophy carries over into the Part D arena, where the national carriers and standalone programs are available to you through our organization. The Medicare Supplement portfolio is very large and robust, and we offer complementary tools that help you make that a successful part of your marketing endeavors. The ancillary products, well, in each of the categories, you have the named carriers there with you, and we're proud that in both the Medicare Supplement and ancillary arena, Medico is a standout in those product offerings. When we look at the Medicare market overall, you don't come on a program like this without a marketer such as myself or a carrier representative speaking to the aging of the baby boomers, the old boy. 10,000 people a day are aging into Medicare. And while true, and it looks like a very large number, it's not a true indication of the size of the market. A number of people now are working past the age of 65 and delaying accessing their Medicare benefits. But more appropriately, about a sixth of the population on Medicare are actually under the age of 65, obtaining that coverage through medical disability. And so we have a much larger number than we even see on the charts that the government gives us. Additionally, it's a very diverse population where things are going on with people who become Medicare recipients. Two-thirds of them have 3+ chronic conditions, and some of them have some chronic conditions when it comes to their income and assets as well. So it behooves us to have a full portfolio of products to help properly address the needs of our folks that we visit with, regardless of their age and health and income status. Because when people come on Medicare, they have choices. First, I had a sales manager years ago that used to say, the decision to make a decision is a decision. And some folks who are on Medicare don't make a decision either. And they make a decision by not making one, and they stay with just original Medicare and self-insure for the difference. There are a good portion of folks, however, that choose to pick up a standardized, modernized Medicare Supplement program, and that's their choice, and it might be best choice for them, along with a standalone Part D program for their drug coverage. And then there are folks that also offer or take advantage of the offering of privatized Medicare, in a manner of speaking, with the Part C Medicare Advantage programs. And each of these categories of folks need help in many circumstances with additional coverage, even considering their base coverages. That's where a program like Medico that has the opportunity to address whatever needs a person has makes a great difference for you as part of your portfolio, because we're seeing pretty much an even split of people aging into Medicare opting for Medicare Advantage and Medicare Supplement programs according to depth research. So we need to be prepared for whatever comes our way. And we have different things happening to us coming into this year and coming into 2020 as well, where the government tells us when we can enroll people and when we can't, and the updated benefits that come with each year and the changes in Medicare. So we see a side-by-side comparison of the Medigap plans here with the 2019 numbers, and in 2020 we have the looming specter of MACRA, a piece of legislation that was passed, in 2015 and finally comes effective in 2020, where programs such as CNF that cover the Part B deductible will no longer be available to those folks who are newly eligible for Medicare. Those plans aren't going away for folks who are already on Medicare, but we can see some different changes that will be coming about as we address the Medicare supplement population in particular in the near future. The Medicare election periods have remained the same or will remain the same for 2020 from 2019. We saw that change with the MADP period going away and OEP coming in play. But there are a number of special election periods that come into play, so the majority of people who are on Medicare have the opportunity to change their coverage by the use of one of these special election periods. It's at this point in time we really need to make note of the fact that Medicare supplement folks aren't locked in. And depending upon the state in which you reside, it may be a birthday state or an anniversary state, and you have different considerations to come into play there. But as long as a person can qualify medically, you can change their Medicare supplement coverage. And that's why a competitive program with an offering of different types of Medicare supplements become very important for you. Well, what we'll do today is spend the bulk of our time discussing the package of programs that are available from Medico. And we have a guest speaker with us today, Ms. Melissa Gwinnett. She is a sales account executive with Medico. We thank her for coming on the line with us. And Melissa, I'm going to, as they say on Star Trek, give you the helm.
Awesome.
And there you go.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining. And most importantly, thank you, John. We appreciate your relationship that we have here at Medico. I'm not new to Medico. I've actually been here quite some time. Do I dare say how long? It'll be 20 years next month, believe it or not. So, and as long as I can remember, Premier has always been a huge partner with Medico. So thank you for thinking of us and have us come on to get to talk about our products. So again, my name is Melissa Gwinnett. I'm on the sales team. Just thanks again for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know that it's not easy, but during today's presentation, I'm going to take you through really everything you need to know about Medico, from our products to submitting business and everything in between that you can think of. At the end of the presentation, John, if there's any questions, I am more than happy to go over those. And as you said, you'll go ahead and send out the presentation slides as well. So why do business with us? So as we know, there's a lot of carriers in the senior market, so why choose Medico to do business with? Just to give you a little bit of information, we are an A- rated company. We've actually been in business since 1930, so we sustained that really hard time during the U.S. history. We are located in the Midwest. We do have an office in Omaha, Nebraska. That's where I'm at. Go Huskers if there's any Huskers on the line. And then we also have an office in Des Moines, Iowa. So 2 offices in the Midwest. But as a Medico agent, you're going to have access to what we like to call the best electronic multi-product quoting and application tool in the industry right now, and that's called My Enroller, and I believe we're going to go through a demonstration of that as well. We have a great agent website. It's really going to be your one-stop shop for everything at Medico. If you or your clients have questions or you need assistance, we have an awesome agent services team and a customer service department that's here for you and, most importantly, your clients. We offer product solutions sure to meet the needs of you and your customers, and we're going to touch base on that. But one thing I want you to know about Medico, we are a smaller company. Overall, we really strive to make doing business with us simple and easy. And when you call here, you actually get to talk to somebody, okay? If that means something to you, then, you know, that's definitely where we fit in. At Medico, as John said, we primarily focus on senior market by providing customizable product solutions to really fill those Medicare coverage gaps. And a lot of times there's more gaps than what people know about, right? So let's start with our Medicare supplements. As John said, MACRA's coming into play January 1st of 2020. No longer Plan Fs will be available to those newly eligible. But we've actually had Medicare supplements on the market since 1975. Within the last 4 years, and this is important because as John said, sometimes new companies come in with low rates, but then, you know, a lot of times we'll see that they take claims loss ratio and then the rates just skyrocket. But just a good piece of information, in the last 4 years, our average Medicare supplement rate adjustment has been 5%, okay? So that's considered pretty low. Our premiums are all guaranteed for 12 months at a time. Our underwriting department, we do all of our own personal health interview calls. You can always call in and ask an underwriter about your case. Maybe you want to do a pre-screen, maybe you have a drug question. Whatever the case may be, you can call directly and talk to our underwriters, which is huge because we don't third party that out. You actually get to talk to somebody, okay? The next screen here that I'm going to show you is our where our Medicare supplements are available. So everywhere in the light blue and the dark blue states. One other thing I want to point out, some of these dark blue states that have like a 12% or a 7% under them, what that indicates is that is our household discount, okay? And our household discount is a little bit different than every other carrier out there right now. With ours, all you have to do is live with someone in the same house over the age of 18. That person does not have to be applying for coverage. Now, there are a few states that are a little bit different, Ohio, Illinois, and Pennsylvania. Those three states, because of their state insurance commissioner, they do both people have to be applying there. So if you're listening from those states, just make sure that you know that, okay? So let's move on to our dental products. Now we're going to talk about some of our ancillary product lines. And this is huge because a lot of people don't know that dental is out there and that they can purchase standalone products. It's an individual plan, so there's no family plan. You can market it to ages 18 to 89. Each plan we're going to talk about today does have a $100 deductible, and you're probably going to see where there's some varying levels of coverage for preventative, basic, and major services, but that just allows your client to choose what they really need, okay? So first, let's talk about this very first column here that says dental. This is a dental-only product. So again, it's got that $100 deductible, but then it covers up to $1,000 per policy year on dental. So preventative, all the things that we normally go to the dentist for every 6 months to a year, just your normal checkup, cleaning, all that fun stuff, does have a 3-month waiting period, and then after that 3-month waiting period, it will be paid at 100%. Okay, that's huge. Basic and restorative, you know, maybe we need a non-surgical extraction, a filling, maybe we went in, had a toothache, they needed to do a diagnostic x-ray. That has a 6-month waiting period and then paid at 50%, again, up to that $1,000. Major services, I always describe this as something that at least I never want to have to go to the dentist for. Bridges, crowns, root canals, yuck, none of the fun stuff. Has a 12-month waiting period and then paid at 50% up to the $1,000 maximum. Following down, vision and hearing is not covered under this plan. This is simply dental only, okay? Let's move to the second column, dental, vision, and hearing products. So 2 different options your client can choose from. Either a $1,000 maximum or a $1,500 maximum, totally up to them. There is a 3-month waiting period on this for preventative, but then as you see, coverage year 1 is paid at 60% after that 3 months. Year 2 is 70%, and 3+ years is 80%. Basic and restorative services, there is absolutely no waiting period. So if someone may need a filling or a non-surgical extraction, they really can have about the next day coverage, depending upon what day of the month you're writing it. Okay, no waiting period, and then first year paid at 60, second year 70, third year 80. Again, major services, 12-month waiting period, and then paid at 60%. Okay, now again, this is up to a maximum of $1,000 or $1,500. Vision is included as well in this plan. What it pays is $200 up to any 2 plan years. So we'll pay $200 in every 2 years. There is a no waiting period on your vision exam, but there is a 6-month waiting period on the hardware. So that's your frames, lenses, contact lenses, whatever the case may be. And then paid 60, 70, and 80 depending upon what year you're in. Hearing, up to $500 per plan year. Now, one thing I want to point out, if you use the vision and you use the hearing, that comes out of the $1,000 or $1,500. It's not $1,000 for dental, $1,000 for vision, $1,000 for hearing. Sometimes we get that confused. It is $1,000 or $1,500 total between all 3 services, okay? So hearing does have a 12-month waiting period, but then it is paid at 70% in the second year and 80% in the third year. Dental Plus. This is maybe for a client who knows that they need some major work down the road. This has a $2,500 maximum, 3-month waiting period on preventative, and then paid at 80%. Basic and restorative, 6-month waiting period, and then paid at 80%, again, up to that $2,500. Major services, 12-month wait, and then paid at 50%, up to $2,500. Vision services is included in this one as well. Actually, I'm going to take one step back. Let's go back to major services on the $2,500 policy that we were just talking about. This is the only plan that Medico has that will cover a dental implant. Okay, you probably get asked that a lot, so I wanted to make sure I address it. This is the only plan that covers dental implant. It will pay $1,000 per lifetime for 1 dental implant. Okay, all right, so vision, 12-month waiting period, then 50%. Again, it's that $200 in any 2 plan years. Hearing, 12-month waiting period, and then paid at 50%. So again, they have choices, really depends on what they're looking for. But one thing about ours is I know everyone has a dental product out there now, but our customers have the freedom to visit any dentist they choose. Okay, they don't have to sacrifice any coinsurance level paid or anything like that. But we all know that we have customers that want to look for the most savings. We do have a passive network called Carrington Max Network that they can choose one of those dentists, and then what happens is they just get a discounted fee at the time of service from that provider. We do not coordinate benefits, so the client can use any Medico product along with any other dental or health insurance product that might be covering whatever services they're having done. In the senior market right now, those over the age of 65, 40% of them have not seen a dentist in the last year. So again, it's huge, and there is a lot of health risks that go along with that. So make sure that you are just talking to your clients about that for sure. So the screen that I'm showing you now is the product availability map. So this is all of the states in dark blue are where we have our products available for the dental plan. I'll give you 2 seconds, and we're going to move on. Let's talk about short-term recovery care. Don't get that confused with like short-term medical, okay? So we have had a product like this on the market, actually this product, since 2006, okay? We are really trying to grow agent awareness of the needs for this. It's a healthy block of business. We have never had a rate increase. And so what does it really cover, okay? It's going to provide coverage for temporary confinements for all five cares that someone might need if something happens. So we're talking nursing facility, assisted living care, home health care, adult day care, and hospice care, okay? At some point, half of us are probably going to need something, okay? And right now with long-term care, really hard to qualify, taking a long time, very expensive, this is an awesome option for your clients. So who can you target? Ages 18 to 79, so they do not have to be Medicare age, okay? How do they qualify for this policy once they purchase it? They have to not be able to do at least 2 of the 6 activities of daily living or a cognitive impairment, so dementia, Alzheimer's, whatever the case may be. What can they purchase? It's up to them. Do they want a 120-day benefit? Do they want a 240-day benefit? Or do they want a 360-day benefit? They can choose the daily benefit amount anywhere between $100 a day to $300 a day in $10 increments. They can choose their elimination period. Do they want 0 day? Do they want 15 day? Or do they want a 30 day? Again, totally up to your clients and what they want to purchase, but it's up to you to help them and educate them. One thing I want to talk about really quick about our short-term recovery care policy. I want to point out it covers all 5 services. It's just not a home health care plan, okay? Number 2, there is a one-time restoration of benefits. So what does that mean exactly? So let's say that you have a customer that goes in for maybe 6 months. They fell, broke their hip, they had to go into rehab. Took a little bit longer than normal, but then they were discharged. So they got to go back home. They no longer needed care, okay? So as long as that happens and they are carefree for 180 days, we will restore their benefits back to them. So if they purchase a 360-day, they use 6 months of it, we will restore back to them 360 days. So they possibly can use this twice per life, okay? It is guaranteed renewable. There is a bed reservation built into the policy, 21 days if they're ever temporarily confined to a hospital during their stay. That happens, okay? Optional riders. One is a 5% simple inflation benefit rider. The other is a survivorship rider. Both husband and wife have to apply for that, get approved at the same time, same exact policy. If they have the policy for 10 years and one of them passes away, the surviving spouse gets their premiums waived for the remainder of the policy, okay? So again, that survivorship, both have to apply. Product availability. All of the states in blue are where we are available. Not sure if you guys know this or not, but right now we're currently waiting on the NAIC. They have developed a subgroup. We're trying to go to legislature and say, hey, this really isn't like long-term care. It's really a product of its own nature. When that passes, and if that passes, you're going to see a lot more states be willing, especially Texas, Florida, Kansas, you know, and we can just hope that that happens. All right, let's move on. C word. I don't like this word. A lot of people are affected by this. You probably have been personally or know somebody personally. We've actually been offering this type of product since the early 1980s. Statistics right now are 1 in 2 men will be diagnosed with cancer and 1 in 3 women will be diagnosed with cancer. So if you're in an office or you're in a room with other people, take a peek around. It's kind of scary. But what our policy does and how it kind of sets itself aside from everyone else is it is a direct cash benefit. So if your client is diagnosed with internal cancer and they have this policy, they get a cash benefit. It is tax-free. It's their money. They can do with it what they want, okay? There's 3 health questions on the application. There is a 10-year look-back period if you've had cancer before. There are no family history questions, okay? Also, the other question on there that it does not ask about tobacco, okay? So your client chooses $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, or $25,000. If they are diagnosed with internal cancer, they submit a claim, send in a positive pathology report, we send them a check. Whether they want to take their family on a trip, maybe they have to be off work, pay mortgage, pay bills. What I like to say is this helps cover the indirect costs that we don't think about. So a lot of people say, well, I have health insurance to cover for my health aspect of it. Okay, fine, you do, but who's going to pay your mortgage? Who's going to feed your children? Because as we know, cancer does not have an age, okay? And you can target this to individuals 18 to 79, okay? The next screen here is our product availability. All of the states that you see in blue is where we offer this. All right, let's move on. Have I lost anybody yet? I know it's a lot of information, so thankfully it's recorded, and John will be sending you guys copies of the PowerPoints. Let's talk about hospital indemnity. This is a newer product that's been brought to the market. It is great for clients on Medicare Advantage, clients on the ACA. Maybe you have clients who don't have insurance at all, okay? I always like to say some coverage is better than nothing. Hospital indemnity is really designed to pay for, we'll say all, or some of the costs for inpatient hospitalization. It's as simple as this. The client goes to the hospital. When they get out, they send in a claim, and we send them a check, depending upon what benefit level you've helped them choose. All claims are paid directly to the policyholder. However, if we have an assignment of benefits, we can go ahead and pay it to the provider, to the hospital as well. But it makes it very simple and very easy to understand, and that's really what we are about here. But a lot of cases, people, pair this with gaps of Medicare Advantage plan, basically just to help with their out-of-pocket that they've got. All of the benefits on this screen are included in the base plan. So inpatient benefit, your clients can choose. Do they want $100 a day, or do they want up to $600 per day? You can increase that in $25 increments, okay? It is always paid starting day one. They choose how many days they want Medico to pay them. 6 days, 7 days, 8 days, 9 days, 10 days, 21, or 31 days. Those are their options. Observation, we pay 100% if they are in observation. That is a big thing right now between Medicare and the hospitals, okay? No minimum or maximum required hours per stay. Bottom line, we'll pay their benefit up to 6 days per calendar year. Emergency room, $150 per emergency room visit, up to 4 visits per calendar year. Now, they do have to be admitted within 24 hours. Mental health, $175 per day for a maximum of 7 days per calendar year. This benefit is awesome. This sets us aside from a lot of the other companies out there right now. We have travel and lodging. So what exactly does that mean? So if you have a client or you deal with clients in rural areas, if they are traveling a minimum of 50 miles from their residence to receive care at an inpatient hospital, Medico will pay them $100 a day for that. Now, maybe they have to have somebody come with them, okay? Maybe it's going to pay for their meals. Maybe it's going to pay for that person's hotel room. Whatever the case may be, we don't care. We pay $100 per day up to 10 days per calendar year for that. Now, again, keep in mind, this is all the base plan. This is not a rider. It is added into the base plan. So let's talk about how your client can utilize this policy multiple times each year by having that full benefit restored to them. So as long as your client is out of the hospital for 60 days, that full daily benefit will be restored to them. So let's take a picture. No, that's not what I meant. Let's take a peek at the Jane situation. So she chose the 6-day option. She's hospitalized for 5 days and then she's discharged. She goes 60 continuous days out of the hospital. So what happens? Medico sets her days back to 6. Okay, so they can use that as many times as they need to throughout the year. So as we all know, we probably are going to have clients that want to have choices and they want to personalize their coverage. So we do have additional riders that they can purchase. As you can see, ambulance service, so $250 per ride, up to 4 rides per calendar year. Outpatient therapy, so physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, it'll pay $50 a day. They can choose if they want 15 or 30. Along with that, they get chiropractic services, $50 up to 5 chiropractic visits per year, okay? Outpatient surgery will pay 2 times, $250, $500, $750, or $1,000. Skilled nursing, we pay days 1 through 50. Plus, they can choose. Do they want $100, $150, or $200? That will help. A lot of times people say, well, Medicare pays 1 to 20. Medicare doesn't always pay 1 to 20, but if they do, this money gets paid in addition to that. Lump sum cancer on this only has a 2-year look-back period. So if you have somebody who can't qualify for a first diagnosis with a 10-year look-back, this only has 2. Lump sum payout, $1,000, $2,500, $5,000, $7,500, or $10,000. Urgent care, this is huge. A lot of times we don't want to go, but it's after hours. And we definitely don't want to go to the emergency room because then we have to pay an arm and a leg for that. This is $50 per urgent care, up to 4 urgent care visits per calendar year. Lump sum hospital confinement, this is just an additional payout that they can purchase $250, $500, or $750. Maybe they are in the hospital and they have to have somebody mow their lawn, walk their dogs, take care of their dogs, or whatever the case may be. That's just additional money that they get to put in their pocket, okay? What does this application look like? There are 9 knockout questions on this application, and as you can see, they pretty much deal with major conditions or complications. One thing I do want to point out, any answer or any question that is answered yes will be an automatic decline, okay? With that being said, it's simplified underwriting. It is based upon application questions. But with that comes pre-existing conditions. They're not covered for the first 6 months of the policy. And there's also a 2-year contestability period. So if someone should have maybe answered yes to the application question and decided to answer no, they file a claim within that first 2 years, we can resend that policy. Okay? So just to kind of give you a heads up, maybe to help, you kind of do some field underwriting. So we have reduced rates, which is a great opportunity for you to add additional value by maybe adding some riders based upon your client's needs. But this is just kind of an example. So 65-year-old female, 6-day benefit, $250 a day. You're looking at $13.39 a month. So again, very reasonable. It's not going to break the bank, but it gives them some coverage. So at least maybe they won't be left to their deductibles and co-payments. Ambulance rider is $3.20 a month. Outpatient rehab with chiropractic is $5.42 a month. Skilled nursing, $8.24 a month. And then lump sum cancer of $5,000 benefits, about $9 a month. Outpatient surgery, $250 per day, $7.10 a month. Urgent care, $3.94 a month. And then a lump sum confinement of $250, $5.30. So really, you could get somebody a Cadillac hospital indemnity plan with Medico for about $56 a month. So again, very affordable. Even if you just want to offer them the base plan, some coverage is better than no coverage, okay? All of the states that you see here in blue is where we have this. So I'll give you a second to take a peek. And then let's talk about how Medico makes it easy to do business with us and why. And why should you do business with us, okay? First off, everything's going to start with our agent website. We have the Medico Information Center. It's also known as MIC, if you ever hear us call that. If you are not contracted with us, get with Premier. They will get you contracted. You will then have access to this, okay? You will go in and create your own username and password, and then you will go from there. Let's talk about My Enroller. So My Enroller is the best, quickest, and easiest way to quote and submit business. To download or access yes.
I'm sorry, the slides are stuck.
Oh, boo. Hang on. Uh-oh. Are they moving now?
We're having a grand view of the optional benefits.
Yep, I can see that. Let's try and do this really quick. There. Is that going to help?
We lost your screen temporarily.
Okay.
We're looking at your great picture and my ugly one.
Oh, stop it. Let me try and forward and see what it does. Gotta love technical difficulties. Does that seem to be working? No. What if I stop showing my screen and then maybe you give me back presenter?
I'm going to take it back very briefly and then give it back to you. There, we're seeing mine now. And
Is it wanting to give it back?
nope. We're stuck
We are stuck.
temporarily.
Now let me
Let's
give
try.
you presenter. Will it let you give it back to me now?
Nope, I'm still stuck there.
Okay.
Let's try
well,
this.
I was almost done.
Okay.
Anyway, the only other thing I was going to kind of talk about was just My Enroller and how they can download My Enroller.
Okay.
Did you guys want a demo of My Enroller? If so, obviously we're not going to be able to do that. It doesn't look like.
Well, I think you recently did one of those for contracted agents, and I have access to that, so I'll just include that as part of the follow-up. And if you send me your PowerPoint, I'll make certain that that's included
I will.
as well.
I'll send all of the PowerPoints, and then just one other thing I'd like to point out quick is our agent incentives that we're running. You know, sometimes agents really need to know that because they don't know. All you have to do is write at least 6 applications in the same calendar month with Medico, and you qualify for a cash bonus. We pay $100 for underwritten Medicare supplements. We pay $25 for our ancillary product line, and then we even pay and count like your non-underwritten, so you're turning 65 clients. We pay $10 for those, and they do count. So again, all you have to do is submit 6 applications in the same calendar month, and we will pay you extra money. That is all in addition to commissions. So.
And I'll make certain that I include the flyer that you all have for that as part of the follow-up as well. We do have a couple of questions.
Sure.
One of which I think you did address when we spoke to the passive network for the dental program being Carrington. But an adjunct to that is there a network for the vision component?
There is not. It's only on the dental side, nothing for vision or hearing.
Straight fee for service?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And the additional question with that is there a missing tooth clause? And as Lynn explained to me, okay, good, there you go.
Yep. I used to pay claims,
I had to ask
so
what
hey.
it meant. So there you go.
Yep.
See, Lynn, she's much brighter than I am. I had to ask what that meant. So that's awesome.
Nah, I've just been here a long time.
Yeah, and I'm losing my teeth now, so we should wonder what am I thinking sometimes. So awesome. What I'd like to do now is make certain that we can go through some additional things, and Melissa, thank you for that presentation
absolutely.
as well.
Thank you, everybody.
And we'll do the follow-up on it as well. The website that Melissa alluded to, the MIC website, is an awesome tool, and that's coming from a computer illiterate. And I wanted to make certain that everyone on the call recognized the value that comes with the systems that Medico makes available to them. And one of the different pieces, if you would perhaps, Melissa, on this, elaborate on the custom agent website that comes for and part of the dental programs.
Sure. So at Medico, once you're appointed, if you're not appointed yet, you get full access. You can find everything on our website. But what the custom link is, and it's for our dental, vision, and hearing products, But what it is it's a personalized link for you as the agent. What you get access to is your own unique URL. So basically you can copy and paste that URL to a website or to social media. If you have clients that are out searching maybe a website or your social media page looking for dental products, they can click on that URL that we provide to you and automatically sign up. So I lived on the agent services line for quite some time. We would have agents who would call and say, hey, Betty Smith called, or I got an email from Betty Smith saying that she signed up for a dental vision and hearing product. I didn't even know that she was going to do it. Well, it was part of that unique personalized link that the agent got. It's zero work for you. Okay, all you have to do is copy and paste, put it on your website or your social media, wherever you want it to go, and you get paid full commission. And a lot of times as an agent, you're not even going to know that a client signed up until you get an email saying, hey, Betty Smith signed up for a $1,000 dental vision and hearing product. So it's actually pretty cool. It is something that we are kind of just leading off with the dental product, and we hope maybe to move it to hospital indemnity next. So.
Awesome. So that personal URL can be included in an electronic newsletter, and you basically can obtain passive business without really actively pursuing that part of it.
That's correct. And if you have email addresses and you want to send out a mass email, you can send out a mass email with that link as well, and we actually provide you those emails if you want to use them. So.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
What I'd like to do now is give you, as an independent agent, some ideas as to why you would want to access Medico's programs through our organization. Part of what we do is we do make contracting easy. When you look to have multiple carriers as part of your portfolio, creating an agent profile in the Assurance Pay program allows you to contract electronically with many carriers, and that's very helpful for the old carpal tunnel syndrome. We also make available to you a discounted E&O so you, as an independent agent, can protect yourself regardless of whom you contract through. We realize that as an independent agent, you have multiple options of organizations you work with. This coverage makes certain that you're covered regardless of who your contract is through, and that you're protected regardless at a discounted rate. Additionally, we help you keep your license in good stead with discounted continuing education credits through our relationship with WebCE. And as an independent agent, your creation of your own benefit package can be enhanced by non-cancelable DI coverage through this program that is a modified guarantee issue program at discounted rates where you share in the commission of a DI program for your own business, your own insurance agency. We do offer regular training programs and different educational opportunities that speak to not only carriers and products as we're doing here today with Medico, but also different sorts of marketing ideas and concepts that can put you in front of the folks that are necessary to buy the programs that you offer through Medico and other carriers. We do also offer electronic support through our quote engine contract with CSG. It also gives you an opportunity to do some interesting cross-selling. So as you have an opportunity to visit with folks that perhaps have Medicare Advantage programs that they're very comfortable with and don't want to switch from, it allows you to fill the holes by using this particular program. You select the Medicare Advantage plan they have, and it allows you to add on hospital indemnity and dental programs to take care of the shortfall, and you can pull in the different coverages that are available to you through the medical programs as part of this software package. It does, of course, also offer you the opportunity to quote different coverages, but it's a great way to do cross-selling throughout the year, regardless of the base coverage of your prospect or client. We also give you the opportunity to stay compliant while you do so. And while you don't need a scope of appointment for Medicare supplement plans, many times that discussion leads to drug coverage or alternatives. Our Medicare Center program allows you to obtain that scope of appointment electronically and store it compliantly for that 10-year period through a software program that's available to our contracted agents without cost. And as you'll note here, the CSG program that we just visited also is beginning to have different e-applications available through that system as well. We do offer you an opportunity to put your social media marketing efforts on autopilot through our Coverage Made Easy program. And we want to make certain that you have an opportunity to be aware of all of the trips and all the incentives that are available to you through the carriers with whom you contract. As I mentioned, we'll make certain that you have the information on Medico's incentive programs as part of today's follow-up, but keep in mind that production with Medico not only helps you qualify for their trips, but also for the trip that we have on our own here at Premier as well, where this coming April, that trip is a cruise from Miami to the Bahamas. So if you're one of those sun worshipers, that's one really to shoot for. We also want to make certain that we make available to you different lead opportunities, and that includes if you are one of the fans of the Adventures of Ma Bell contact calling lists that are custom made for you, either at a very reasonable cost or at no cost, depending upon your contracting with our organization. You are not allowed to to cold call for all programs. Medicare Advantage and MedSup programs don't allow that, Medicare Advantage and prescription drug plans do not allow for cold calling. MedSup programs do. And so we have some different programs that can help you with that initiative as well. A lot of the talk right now is on retail marketing. We are currently in the third round of selection of sites for the Walmart programs. Medico is one of the approved carriers within that initiative as well. So if that's something that you haven't investigated and are still interested in, we can help get you that additional information. There are also other market venue programs, retail programs with other carriers, or a do-it-yourself program that we can help you with as well. Some of the things that can be very helpful to you as well is reaching into the community for centers of influence, such as faith-based organizations or providers of the programs for the programs that you offer. And we have different initiatives that can help you be successful in marketing in those areas as well. Periodically throughout the year, certain carriers will make available prospects that they generate as well. You see more of that during AEP with some of the Medicare Advantage carriers. However, it's one of those circumstances where you scratch their back, they scratch yours. They generally work with agents that are in production with them in that circumstance too. We do offer different internet lead programs as well. We have a pilot program going in our final expense area at this time that can be very helpful to agents that are active in that area. And we do offer direct mail support as well. Based on production, we can significantly reduce the price of mailing through our preferred lead vendors based on your production. All that said and done, we feel that Medico makes a great partner for the independent agent in the Medicare space, and in many circumstances for folks that are under the age of 65 as well. And we would like to do that business with you. In those particular circumstances, that's a decision you have to make as to making Medico a part of your personal marketing plan. We want to be of help to you in doing so. And once that contract is in place, we set about creating a marketing plan that helps you be successful in that area. That also said, you can reach any of the health marketers here at Premier at the 1-800-365-8208 number or through our website at premiersmi.com. We realize that your time is your most valuable commodity, and we appreciate the time that you spent with us here today. As I mentioned, today's presentation has been recorded or is being recorded, and it, along with some additional information, will be sent to all who have RSVP'd for today's presentation. Melissa, we want to thank you for your help on the presentation today. We look forward to visiting with all who have been part of the presentation. And in the meantime, we wish you good selling. Thanks so much. We'll talk with you soon.